Hey everybody, welcome back to Michael's Record Collection. This week I thought we'd try a little something different. Normally I will have a musician on. We'll talk about what albums they've made. Maybe it's an anniversary of an album, and we look back on it. Maybe it's a new album coming out that we talk about. And I just like to get into the stories about how that music came about. How was it written? How was it recorded? And all of that good stuff. But this time out, thought I'd try something a little bit different. So since I got back into vinyl not too long ago, I've seen these music services, these record services that basically they're all kind of the same. You sign up and then you get a selection, or maybe it's three records every month, and they send them to your house. And sometimes you can pick the records, and sometimes you can pick from different selections of the month and swap out ones that you don't like or maybe you already have, and some they just pick out for you. And I thought I'd try this service, Vinyl, um, VYNL. I call it Vinyl. I've seen other people on YouTube call it VNYL, but whatever you call it, it's basically the same as some of the others. You sign up and you take a questionnaire, you fill that out, and you tell it, you tell those guys what you listen to, basically. Sometimes you connect some of your services to it, like I connected my Discogs and Last FM and Spotify. And what happens is they take that information and they try to find you something that they think you will like. And so I went ahead and signed up. I got a good deal to sign up for just one record per month. And I figured, well, let's see how they do. And if they do a good job, I'll stay in. So I did this like in March. I signed up in March and they charged my card. And then April 19th came and I got an email saying that, hey, we shipped your order. So I was pretty excited about that. And there was a tracking number there. And I clicked on it like you do. And it said that there was a shipping label had been printed, but it was, the U.S. Postal Service had not yet received the item. So I didn't think anything of that because it was the same day I got the email, and that's not too unusual. So a few days go by, and I click and I click and I click, and the same message comes up that the label has been created, but the Postal Service has nothing for me. So about a week in, I got a little bit concerned, and also I got charged for my second month when I hadn't received my first month's shipment yet. So I was a little bit irritated by that because I wanted to kind of get a sense of what it was like before I decided whether I'm going to continue or not. And, um, you know, but c'est la vie, right? Anyway, I emailed them on Monday of this week. Um, and I said, I noticed that my tracking still shows that there's a shipping label, but there's no package. And I got a reply, the auto reply thing, and it said, we'll try to get back to you within 24 hours. We received your message, and but because we have a short staff during this time, it could be 2 to 5 business days before we get back to you. All right. So again, a little minor irritation, and I thought, all right, well, wait. So 3 days go by, and I, I still didn't get any email. But then I did check the tracking again, and the tracking said that they had received my package, and I got it today. So from the time that they actually dropped the package off with the Postal Service to the time I received it, it was only 2 days, which is good, but really a lack of um, communication, no real customer service to speak of. I did get an email back from them today, which was 5 business days, the maximum they told me it would be. Um, and of course, they said, "Well, we see that your package has gone out." So yeah, of course, it's not a big deal because you got this thing that you ordered, even though there was this, it was delayed, and then there was this problem with actually getting it to the postal service once they've created my um, shipping label. So I know it's a long drawn out story, but I was really interested in it because when I was growing up and getting into music, we had the Columbia Record Club, we had the the BMG Music Club, and it was cool. You could get 12 titles for a penny, and then you had to buy like, I don't know, like three more over the next 3 years, or eight more, or whatever it was. Nobody ever did it. We just got our ones for a penny, and then just kind of stopped responding to them until they gave up, and then we joined it again, of course. And I built up a pretty good, um, record collection. Not a record collection at the time. I was doing cassettes, and then I went into CDs and did CDs through mostly through BMG. I didn't do Columbia much, but I did Columbia once or twice. And I thought it would be cool, kind of cool to do that, because when I got back into vinyl, I didn't know, I don't live real close to a record store, and so part of the fun of vinyl is going through record stores. And I figured I would probably buy some stuff online too, and I have. But the record club thing seemed like a good idea, the record service. So I thought, this will be interesting. I want to see how this goes, because I don't know about if you're like me. You might have a collection. You see part of my collection behind me, part of my music collection. But you could look at my stuff, and I don't know how you're going to figure out some of the quirks and nuances of my musical taste. For example, if you look through my stuff, you might see, oh, he doesn't have much. He doesn't have many albums by the Who, but I'm not that big of a Who fan. I like, like a lot of their hits, and I've got Who's Next. Or they might go, oh, I see you like Iron Maiden. Here's an Iron Maiden album, but it might be an Iron Maiden album with a vocalist other than Bruce Dickinson, which I'm not really that interested in. Um, so there's stuff like that. And then, of course, if they're going to look at my Spotify, a lot of times in Spotify, I will just listen to stuff that I'm, experimenting with, or I'm trying a new artist. So they might be fooled into thinking that, oh, he's really into, I don't know, Japan, or he's really into New England, or he's really into the Bears because he's recently played a lot of their music. But I'm just checking them out, really. Um, so I thought I would try this out and give them an opportunity to see, how they did. So I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to do that now, and we'll see what they came up with. I will tell you that this is very light. It doesn't feel like there's a record in here. So I'm really anxious to see what's actually in this box. So, because I'm going to get another one, at least one, before I cancel. And of course, I've ripped it already. If you're watching a lot of these on YouTube, I've seen that a lot of people have struggled to open these correctly. And I'm jealous when they get it right the first time. All right, so here we go. We're open. And there is a record in here. And I have never heard of this. Fernando, Leave the Radio On is the name of this album. It's not very heavy, so I'm guaranteeing this is not 180-gram vinyl. So let's see what else is in the box. I'm not opposed to getting something I've never heard before, or a band I've never heard of. If I like it, I like it. So one things they do is they send you a postcard, and they have a little handwritten note here. And this one is from Holly. Sometimes they'll put little extras in here, I've seen, but it looks like they went cheap on me here. Some people got stickers. I did not get stickers. So it is what it is. I get it. They've been around a little while. Pandemic hurts everybody, hurts the bottom line. Big deal. All right, so let's read the card. It says, "Hey, Michael. Welcome. Took a look at your taste in music and found a cool record for you. Check out the 2015 album from singer-songwriter Fernando Vicente. Argentinian by birth, but moved to Oregon in 1994. He became immersed in the local music scene. After having major throat surgery, he recorded this album to establish his voice." Oh, that's nice. He had major throat surgery, and then he recorded an album. Should be great. Maybe it is. I will have to see. All right. With help from members of M. Ward and Peter Buck of REM, this album will take you through the ups and downs of his experiences. Make sure to check out my favorite track, El Interior, Enjoy, Holly. All right. I look forward to listening to this to see if I like it. Of course, I will put in my newsletter, Michael's Record Collection. I will, you know, give my thoughts there. If I can figure out how to cram two videos together, I will post it at the end of this. I'm not a video guy, and I will have to figure out how to do that. So, anyway, I will check out Fernando, leave the radio on, and then I will know if they can actually tell anything about my musical preferences from looking at my Spotify and my music collection on Discogs. And I have misgivings, but I am keeping an open mind and see if I like it. I found a lot of stuff lately that I've liked just from recommendations and watching videos of people discussing music, and like they'll bring up an artist I've never heard, and I'll go, oh wow, and I'll just write them down because sometimes I have trouble figuring out what I want to listen to today, and that's a good way to do it is to say, oh, Mike Portnoy of formerly of Dream Theater, he mentioned this band, I'll check them out, and then I check them out, and I end up, more often than not, I like them if I like the artist that has suggested them. So again, a lot of difficulty with this service so far, but um, if this is good and I enjoy it, then it's worth it. Um, you can do, like I said, one a month. You can do three a month. The problem with some of those is that you got to pay for everything in advance. So if you do 3 months, three records, it's a little pricey. If you do 6 months or a year, it's even more upfront. But at least then you don't have to worry about getting your card charged or anything like that. So anyway, if I can figure out how to put that on that edition, I will put it on. And if not, I will post a separate video. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want. Check out my record, my newsletter. Go to substack.com, type in Michael's Record Collection, and it should come up right up. You can see past examples, and you can sign up. It's absolutely free. It will always be free. Even if at some point it goes behind a paywall, there will be free issues along with the additional ones for subscribers. So again, thanks, and let's go play some music. Okay, I am back, and I have listened to Fernando's Leave the Radio On, which I got from Vinyl Music Service or Record Service. And I got to say, they did a pretty good job. Um, I would say overall, this album is very indie rock, and you can tell that Peter Buck was involved. I mean, he plays guitar throughout, some mandolin, I think, as well. The album itself is production wise, I feel it's a little bit muddy, um, but and it's not the quietest vinyl. It's 140 grams. I looked it up on Discogs. It comes with a very standard white paper sleeve, inner sleeve. I will upgrade that with one of my anti-static sleeves. It does come with um, a code so that you can go to Bandcamp and download the audio files onto your computer so you can have it digitally. And it also comes with a very nice lyric sheet so you can get to know what the songs are about and sing along with them once you've heard it a few times. I would say that I like this album. I'm probably gonna have to listen to it a few more times to kind of really get a feel for where I'm at with it, which is not unusual for me. But I would say on first listen, it's got 11 tracks, about 43 minutes of music. I gave three songs an average rating, or 3 stars out of 5, including the one that Holly from Vinyl said was her favorite. Maybe it'll grow on me, but right now, my first impression is it's average. Um, Most of the songs I would put in the good category, 4 stars, and one song I put in a very good category, 5 stars. So I'd say overall, Holly looked at my likes and what I own, and I think she did a pretty good job. I think from when I've gone through YouTube and looked at some of these vinyl unboxings, I've noticed, I found one video who was a little bit older guy like me, and he said kind of the same thing I thought when I was looking at a lot of these unboxings. There's nobody like me. There's no kind of middle-aged rockers. These are all very young, teenage to early 20s folks that are really, who the service are geared to, I guess. They have like a hashtag or a series of hashtags every month, and they call it their vibe, and you can pick, from the vibes, and those correspond to one of the selections of the month, or you can go hashtag curated, which is what I did, and let them kind of figure out what you might like. So overall, not a bad experience. 2015 album. I think sometimes they try too hard, these services, to bring you up to date and get you a new record. There's a lot of old stuff that I've never been exposed to either. So, um, maybe that's a better way to go for me. But I do like a lot of new music, and I do like this, and I'll play it more often and see sort of where it ends up being. I don't know if I'll play it a lot. Um, I imagine Holly found my REM and some of that stuff, and thought that I might enjoy this. And again, most of the songs on it, I think seven of them, I rated as good, three as average, and one is very good. I especially liked um, three songs on side one, and most of side two was good. There was one that I thought was just kind of meh. So I would say, other than the customer service and the long delay, the first month of me being with Vinyl was pretty decent. I'll give them another month, and we'll see how the next one goes. And because I have no choice, because they've already charged my credit card, we'll see how the next one ends up. And I might pause if it looks like the next one will be delayed as well, I will pause my subscription, which you can do. You can go into your profile and you can pause it, and then that way they don't charge you until you're ready to start back up. So I will do that next time, and we'll see if the next one is like this one. I may move on and try another service if it's better. I may stay in it longer. And if this record grows on me, then then good, because those are the best albums. The ones that don't kind of hit you right away and just kind of take a little while to grow on you. I feel like those are the ones that stay with you the most, and end up being your favorites. So not a bad album. I think Holly misspelled Fernando Visiconte's name. She was missing the second C. So if I mispronounced that and you caught that in the video, then it's not my fault. I'd never heard of the guy before. Um, yeah, it's pretty good, and I've enjoyed it, and I think it's a cool experience when you can, um, you know, get something like this that you're not expecting, and kind of explore it. So it was good, and I'm going to continue to listen to it, see what I think over time, and to see if it kind of falls off toward the average side for me, or if the middle and average songs elevate on repeated listens, because it could go either way, really. So far, I will give this a B to B minus, and I'll see how it bears out on repeated listens, and we'll continue for a little while longer. But I must say that this is a company that needs to um, probably do away with the stupid vibe thing, and just say these are our selections of the month. Pick one. Forget the hashtags. You don't need the hashtags. If you want a hashtag, make one up on the spot, but you don't need a vibe. And the other thing it needs to do is it absolutely needs to fix its customer service. You can't be waiting 5 days to email somebody back. And if you're going to print the shipping label vinyl, mail the package. Don't just sit on the package for, I think it ended up being 10 days. So 10 days from the time that they printed the shipping label to the time they actually bothered to go to the post office and drop off the package. So, but the shipping was very fast. I got it in 2 days after it was dropped off, so that was good. Um, and yeah, there's a few others that I'd like to try out. So if you know if they don't meet my standards, um, with the next one, then we'll drop out and we'll try maybe Black Box Record Club or Vinyl Me Please or something like that. I know there's Vinyl Me Please has a really good, um, I think it's a June release. They have a colored vinyl of the Doors original debut album, self-titled debut album. So that would be cool to have, even though I already own that album. It would be cool to have that one as well. This was just a regular old black record, which is fine. And like I said, the no frills sleeve I'll just replace with one of my own anti-static ones. Um, Quality was decent. Discogs tells me that the value of this record is what I paid for my monthly service. So, I'm not getting a high level of value. I'm not getting undervalued. I got right where it was supposed to be. So that's good. So that's one of the things you can never count on is, and you don't even know if they take it into effect, but of course they do. They're a business. They're not here to lose money. So I'm sure they do take that into account. But anyway, I do appreciate you watching this video. I enjoyed this kind of surprise. I really enjoyed listening to the music for the first time. Um, some of the songs had a little bit distorted vocals and intentionally so. And I'm not big into that style, but his voice was fine. He didn't sound like a guy who had throat surgery, and um, it's a very mellow record for the most part. I think maybe there's one or two songs that are more upbeat, but pretty good album to veg out to with a beer, and I'll be checking it out some more. So thanks to Vinyl for the experience, other than the customer service and the delay in the shipping. This is pretty cool. Thanks to Holly for the handwritten note. And I will check back in next month and I will do another unboxing and find out what it is they've sent me. So thanks again. Again, you can feel free to subscribe. Feel free to go to Substack.com and type in Michael's Record Collection. I would give you the direct URL, but it's too long, and it's not just something nice and easy like michaelsrecordcollection.com. It's not that. So so it's easier to just tell you go to substack.com, type in Michael's Record Collection, and sign up for free. It'll come right to your email every month. I'm sorry, every week typically. um, but I am doing this free, so it's you know there may be a week or two here and there that you don't get one, but you will get one fairly regularly. I'm committing to this. I just need to find time to do interviews because a lot of the artists want to do their interviews during the workday, and I'm working during the workday, so I'm trying to find a workaround. Maybe do some stuff in the evenings and on the weekends if I can get some folks to agree to it, and working with the PR folks for the record companies, and just explain to them my needs are not the same as many independent journalists like me, because I'm not quite at that level yet, but I'm working on it, and I hope you enjoyed this. And we'll see you next time.